Recording. So welcome to tonight's team call. Today is the 17th of July, which is crazy. We're more than halfway through the month. So that means you have plenty of time to reach whatever goals that you have for the rest of the month. You literally have, 2 weeks? 2 weeks today. So whatever it is that you want to do, push. No, Erin went live on our team page yesterday, and she's basically saying, you guys live out and think about what your goals are, say them out loud, know you can do whatever it is that you want, and just make it happen. So I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let our guest speaker, Nicolette, speak. She is a 7-star diamond, 2-time elite. She was a 2017 top 20. She is currently at number 26, is that right? 26, is that crazy and awesome? She has 47 months of SC10 and executive leader on the leadership ladder. So all that said, she has a little bit of something to share with all of her success so far, and I'm just gonna let her take it away. So thank you so much for being on tonight.
Thank you. My kids are currently melting down. So, bedtime. 8 o'clock is bedtime.
I'm sorry. Bad timing.
In charge of that. But he'll survive. So, hey everyone. I'm so happy to be here and to share with you guys. I've been coaching for almost 4 years now. This business has just been a wild ride. I'm totally obsessed with it. My coach anniversary is actually on the 31st of this month. And, you know, if you're someone who is really confident in like marketing and crafting posts and images and stuff like that, then this might be a good refresher for you. But if you're someone who's like, I feel a little bit lost about what to share. Like, why is nobody, interested in what I have to say? Where are the Success Club points? Then I hope that this definitely helps you. And I have a slideshow too that I'm going to share in just a second. But too often, I feel like, coaches, we jump on board and we're so pumped with enthusiasm and excitement and just adrenaline for the business. And then their entire Facebook turns into workouts and recipes and progress pictures and challenge group invites. And it's so easy to do because this is our passion. This is our new toy. Like, how can you not want this? Look what I have. But the truth is, people don't care. Just because you have it and it's working so well for you, they're not going to see the value in it and understand why it's such a great choice for them until they see themselves in your shoes. And I'm going to teach you today kind of how to put together posts so that people are seeing themselves in your place instead of just telling what you're doing and hoping that they'll want to do it too. So, usually that happens with new coaches. Even in my new coach mentorship, I give clear guidelines on when your package gets there, don't take a picture of it. Don't take a picture of it and post it on Facebook. And so they do, just because they are so excited. And then the habit forms, where we're busy with our business, we're posting workouts and we're posting pictures of what we're doing, and we're scrolling around on social media, and yet the success isn't coming. And it's because we're just focusing on the wrong things. We're not taking time to do the vitals. We're not taking time to create like thoughtful, relatable posts. And becoming a relatable brand who builds trust with their audience through sharing is nearly impossible. So what we really need to be focusing on is sharing enthusiasm for sure. Like new coaches especially, definitely take massive action as soon as you get your business started, and be freaking excited. Send private messages to your warm market inviting them to do exactly what you're doing. And then write out posts. You definitely want to share on social media, but maybe submit them to your upline and say, hey, are there any tweaks you think I should make here? And guess what? You can do this over and over again for every new program. Hello, Lift 4, every new product launch. So Lift 4 is here. Everyone you're connected to should be getting messages about, oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how pumped I am about this program. It's amazing. Tell them a story about it, a transformation story. Share your enthusiasm with it. Sharing an authentic journey and raising curiosity into how we're achieving goals and reaching new levels in our health, fitness, and business is what's going to elevate us and set us apart. And also on top of that, share your lifestyle, your quirks, your passions outside of Beachbody. And I'm going to give you my marketing plan here in a little bit. Since I've implemented this, especially on Instagram, I've gone from being ignored 90% of the time to actually getting responses. So I'm pretty excited. Okay, let me pull up my slides here, which that always makes me sad because then I can't see everyone, but can I screen share? Yeah, here it is. Where are they? Okay, let me scroll back to the beginning. Okay, so getting back to basics here. Obviously, your picture should be bright and clear. You don't want text all over the place, especially on Facebook, because Facebook just doesn't like text. It doesn't like when you post through apps that are outside of Facebook, like Musical.ly, Instagram. You're putting on like pictures with word swag all over it. It just doesn't really like that. So those posts get buried. So it's better to just stick with something simple, clear, a video, or even better yet, a live video. And obviously your goal is to get people to stop and pay attention to what you have to say, not to scream another Beachbody coach or another person who is boldly sharing her fitness journey, but that's about it. And you guys, these things worked in the past. Like, I'm going to show you some examples from when I was first a coach, and somehow I still made it. I don't know how, but times have definitely changed, and we have to be strategic in telling our story and being relatable. So let's talk about frequency of sharing too. 1 to 2 times a day is all you need to do. Back when I first started, I would post like 6 to 8 times a day. I would try to give people the whole picture of who I am, what I represent, my passions, my fitness, my children, everything, every day, all day. And that was a lot. So I'm actually really excited that nowadays social media, it's better to just post maybe once, maybe twice every single day. And then you can just be strategic with those posts. Making 7 posts a week is not hard. So it's a blessing. Instead of these 30 to 50 posts a week, we get to do like 7, maybe 10 or 14. And you can easily map out how you want to post in a week so it displays your passions and your lifestyle as a whole as people scroll your page or see that grid on Instagram instead of trying to do it all day every day. So let's dig in a little bit deeper. How do you make quality posts and what do you post about? So keep in mind that your goal is to be relatable to your niche. So it's important to obviously know specifically who you're talking to and get them super curious about what you're doing. Social media, it's not a place to sell. That's why Facebook has gotten so hard, because it was overtaken by MLMs and people are just like on a defense. They are waiting for you to even just a little bit look like a salesperson so that they can stop talking to you and defriend you. It's not a place to sell, but it is a place to create curiosity and build trust with people through your sharing, through one-on-one conversations, live events, webinars. So think of yourself as a health and fitness influencer, not a salesman. You're here to relate to others and influence them to make a positive change through your example. And there's a big difference between us as small business owners and Beachbody as a big company. You know, Beachbody, they can put the salesy crap out there. But guess what's more successful? Team Beachbody, the coach network. And it's because of our authenticity and our storytelling. And this is why big brands more and more, they're looking for people and like paying Instagram accounts to talk about their hand lotion or to try their mascara, because that's what people are looking towards. They're not looking towards commercials and paid advertisements and the picture perfect, like, you know, ad. They're looking for just real life people doing the real life thing and giving a real life perspective of whether or not this works and why. So your story, this is your way to stand out, your authenticity and your quirks, your life. People are going to choose you to be their coach because of everything you've got going on in life. Even the stuff you're like, I don't know. Nope. Talk about that too, because people can relate to that. So let's take a look at some do's and don'ts real quick here. So this was back when I first started coaching. Yeah, the old Kiss the Shakeology bag, and then just the graphic with the text you can barely read, telling people exactly what I'm drinking and exactly how I made it so they don't have to ask me anything. We definitely want to avoid giving people the opportunity to just play out all the preconceived notions they have about Beachbody, Shakeology, Beachbody on Demand, so on and so forth. And you want to avoid giving people all they need to know to go and Google it themselves. Right? So I've had a ton of people, like Shakeology formulas have changed a lot in the past years. So I never tell people what I'm drinking. That way people have to ask, and even when I do say in the one-on-one conversation it's Shakeology, and their little preconceived notion pops in, oh, well, I tried it once and it was disgusting. I'm like, first of all, that's a lie. Second of all, when and how did you make it? And that's when like, oh, it was like 5 years ago and I shook it up with water, and I'm like, no. You're gonna try this again. So the only way that you have the opportunity to talk through that with people is by getting them to ask you, what are you doing? So here is what you should do. Instead, create curiosity about what it is that you're putting into your body and do it through a story. I used to struggle with energy being a mama ain't easy, especially when those babes get all weird with their sleep schedules. So this delicious cake batter that I'm licking off the spatula has become my secret weapon to vitality, 3 years strong. I do Shakeology spatula pictures all the time. You guys, it's just chocolate Shakeology, and then I just mix a teeny bit of PB2 on top of it. People are just like, they just want to know. They're like, what is it? Send me the recipe. I need that in my life. It actually gives you energy. Tell me all about it. And it gets messages started every single time we do it. So this is creating curiosity and telling a story. I'm telling them my struggle and why this helps, how it helps. So legit, these are things that I posted. Sale. Like get a bag of Shakeology for $45 when you buy it. Like so bad. And then even my PIO post where I'm sharing my transformation, I'm telling all the good stuff about it. Like people can just say, oh, it's PIO. I'm not going to talk to Nicolette. I'm just going to Google it or look it up on YouTube or, purchase it on Amazon or whatever. We want them to ask us. If I just post the transformation, they would have had to say, what are you doing? And then I could have had a much better conversation with them. So instead, tell a story, your transformation story. This was from Shift Shop, actually. I'd always wanted to be an athlete, but I was so intimidated to actually try the drills, practices, competition, yikes. So when this program launched, I was super curious as it was marketed for athletes. I wanted to give it a go. Can I just say, I never had so much fun working out, and the camaraderie I felt with those who completed this with me was unreal. Not to mention all of the problem areas I had lingering, destroyed. Athletes and fellow athlete wannabes, you have to do this. So I was targeting people who are athletes, who have always admired athletes, wished they actually picked up a ball and played something in high school, and getting people in that way. And they have to ask me, what are you doing? How do I do it? So how do you craft story posts like this? There are 3 elements to a story. You have to have a main character, a setting, and you have to know that when you're writing up these stories, you're talking specifically to your niche market person, right? In your words, if you were talking to your niche market face-to-face right there, right in front of them, that's how you want to talk in the post that you're creating. So be really specific, one specific person in mind, and write out the stories talking directly to that person. So you have the main character and the setting, okay? And your character, it's basically your former you, like where you were during whatever obstacle or problem that you're trying to magnify in your story. Then you have the problem. Okay, what rut is your character stuck in? What obstacle are you trying to magnify? Beachbody can help with a lot of stuff, right, you guys? But I think a lot of us, we try to just, every single post we do about Beachbody, we end up telling everything. And then there's bullet points and lists and emojis all over the place. And the post is really super long. And now we're just giving them facts about how this could possibly work for them instead of bringing them on a journey with us and helping them to see themselves in our shoes. And you might think, but what if you know, somebody doesn't deal with this specific problem? Well, when you're sharing consistently, they're going to get the well-rounded perspective of everything Beachbody has to offer, and they're way more likely to engage with your posts and continue reading and relate to you and build a trust with you without all of the bullet points and lists and listing everything every time that Beachbody or the program in particular has to offer. And then obviously the story has a solution, the happy ending. Okay, how was your character able to break free from the rut and overcome these obstacles? And another way that I look at this, and this is from a book, The Story Solution, I believe. And then another great resource is called Story Brand. So both of those I've dug into. Actually, I'm listening to the personal development book, A Story Brand, right now, and it's really great for marketing and connecting with your audience. But this is called the ABT formula. Basically, A is the setup, who, what, when, where. B is the but, the excuse, the obstacle, the problem. And the T is therefore the solution, how it was overcome. ABT, easy to remember. So as an example for coaching, and I highlight, or I put in bold, there's the problem, and then down at the bottom is the solution. Now we see coaching posts all the time, join my sneak peek, make money, get fit, blah, blah, blah. But like, they can't see themselves doing that. They're like, well, how, why? I can't do that. I can't relate to that. Instead, give them a story that they can relate to. There I was, a new mama with everything to learn, so many adjustments. Becoming a stay-at-home mother has always been a dream of mine, but I simply wasn't feeling like myself. Postpartum body struggles are a given. Beyond that, I was feeling lonely and disconnected. The days were so monotonous, the walls were closing in on me. Plus, I felt guilty for even feeling this way. When a friend of mine presented me with the opportunity to build a home fitness business, I had all the self-doubt in the world. No way did I have what it takes to do something like this. For some reason, I went for it anyway. I loved the camaraderie I saw among the coaches on social media, and I wanted that. I needed something for me. Since becoming a coach, I've grown so much as an individual and connected with countless inspiring individuals. These people have become my best friends. I was looking for fulfillment, purpose, and to rediscover Nicolette, and that's just what I found. If this is something you can relate to, I want to encourage you to insert call to action, sneak peek, webinar, message me, email me, whatever. Okay, so every lonely, disconnected mom out there is going to be like, oh, maybe I should just at least learn a little bit more because I really like a hobby or some friends because I hardly ever get out of the house, right? So another example, this was a Chalene Extreme back when I did Chalene Extreme. So here comes fall, and so many people are stoked about their skinny jeans and favorite leggings. Can I let you in on a secret? Pregnancy completely stole my butt, and I found myself having to hike up my skinny jeans because the booty I once had was no longer there. I didn't know where to even begin when it came to rebuilding that thing. 2 words, heavy lifting. No, I didn't just do a 30-day squat challenge. Luckily, there was a comprehensive program to follow. Otherwise, I would have just tried squatting every day. Listen up. I put an inch of muscle onto my booty in less than 90 days. Are you ready to rock a nice booty shelf this fall? Grab some weights and call to action. So anyone who wants to work on their butt, they're going to want to do that, right? Instead of listing everything about Chalene Extreme or Beachbody on Demand, this is you're talking to someone, and they're going to hear you. And it's interesting. Okay, so moving on here. So we know we want to post and share stories. It's really helpful to have a marketing strategy when it comes to this. I've always been the type of person to fly by the seat of my pants with my posts up until recently, and this has helped me a ton, and I can literally put together all of my content for Instagram in one day, and then I just schedule the posts and my Instagram post itself. So all I have to worry about doing is going in there and engaging. Facebook, I feel like, is a little bit different because live videos do amazing. People don't need pretty and perfect on Facebook. They want to see the real raw crap. But Instagram, it's easy to create posts, schedule them out, and have it be cohesive and nice and wonderful. So on top of knowing how you want to market, you need to know what events you're marketing for. And every coach who is growing his or her business needs to have 3 main events. That is a free group, a challenge group, and a business opportunity. So here is my 7-day marketing guide that I have recently implemented. And so these are the 7 things that I post about each week, once a day. That's it. Okay, so about me. You're letting people in on who you are, the quirks, the messiness of life, the past stories. This doesn't have to do with anything about Beachbody or health and fitness or anything like that. You're just letting people get to know you. And as you're expanding your market and meeting new people, and you're doing this once a week, people are gonna start to feel like they know you through your posts, and that just builds trust. Number 2, benefits. Create curiosity about the individual products. I mean, we got so many now. Shakeology, Beach Bars, you know, any of the performance line, Beachbody On Demand itself. You're just sharing benefits, not saying this product does this, but sharing a story about how the benefits have worked for you or someone else, why you or someone else loves it. You can definitely share other people's testimonials, but you're sharing the benefits of implementing whatever product Beachbody has to offer that you're focusing on. Number 3, your why, your purpose. You're sharing your vision about coaching, why you're here, why you're so passionate about doing what you're doing. And this is a great time to have a call to action about how people can learn more. Number 4 is a behind the scenes. Okay, so you're giving people a sneak peek on what you're working on. If you're recruiting, then give them a sneak peek into what goes on behind the scenes of your business. If you're putting together a free group, give them a sneak peek about some of the fun stuff that's going to happen in your free group. You know, same goes with a challenge group. Give them a sneak peek about Lift 4 or whatever you're focusing on. Next is motivation and encouragement. You know, I'll share a lot of like personal development that I'm reading, or, you know, encouraging mom stuff, because my market is preschool moms. So you're sharing to encourage and inspire. Number 6 is personal insight. This one's always big. This is like an engagement type post, because you're either asking for recommendations or you're giving them, and people love that type of stuff. If you're like, man, what should I wear? Give people a choice of choosing for you. They love doing that. If you're running out of mascara and you don't like what you got, ask. You will get so many mascara recommendations, it's insane. So personal insight. And then last is showcase a product or service. And again, this is creating curiosity, testimonials, transformations. This could be success stories from your coaches, success stories from your challengers, just anything that you have to celebrate in your business, you're celebrating it. And so this is kind of how I plan out my week. And then I just use pictures that are, because Instagram, I use pictures that are cohesive and kind of make sense together. I map them out so it looks right. And then boom, people have everything they need to know right there in that grid about me, why I'm here, behind the scenes, encouragement. And it's way more likely that when you're sharing in this sort of way, people are going to, when you're sending the friend requests, when you're following people on Instagram, they'll go to your page and they'll say, oh, this is interesting, and they'll follow you back instead of, oh, it's a coach, or oh, it's just only someone who posts, you know, sweaty selfies. What do we have in common? Now you're giving them a reason to relate to you and trust you and want to interact with you. And again, this might be exactly what people need to say, I can't relate to her. And that's totally fine. You don't need those followers. But, okay, so I want your page to really read and feel like you're talking directly to your niche market person, okay? So you have to grasp that concept of the specific individual you are talking to. And it might change as your life phases change. Like I've just gone from a 2 under 2 mom to now I have 2 kids in preschool. They're like basically adults at this point at 3 and 4 years old. And it's different. So I am having to shift from crazy 2 under 2 life to actually have some free time now. And I'm looking for other moms who might be like, holy crap, my kids are going to preschool. What am I going to do with myself? That's my market. Okay, so with this 7-day marketing guide, you can also set the tone of the different posts according to what you have coming up, whether it's a free group, a challenge group, or a coaching opportunity. You plant seeds for those things to fill in that pipeline. And you've got to have those 3 things on your calendar every single month. I can't tell you the importance of building your funnel with free value. And a free group can be anything. You choose a topic that will motivate, inspire, and add value to your niche market, and you just start offering it to them. You know, anyone who even says no to your challenge group, you say, well, hey, you might be interested in this. It's free. Can I add you here? And you're building a community where you're the face, you're the coach, you're the facilitator, and that's another way for you to stay in front of people and gain trust. Obviously, challenge groups, you can get creative with niche market twists and different challenges, like I did the Girl Wash Your Face book club. This next month, I'm doing a gratitude journaling challenge with my challenge group. Just whatever you're doing and you love, your market's probably gonna love it too. And then you want to have an event where you're creating hype and excitement around your business. So with your free group, your goals, you're offering value to your market. You're connecting with cold leads. You're positioning yourself as a coach and you're gaining credibility. And you're offering a small taste of what a challenge group environment actually is. You can go live, share your story, give them calls to action, and keep asking them questions one-on-one until you know beyond a shadow of a doubt, listen, you've got to do this. I know exactly how I can help you. In a challenge group, you're the biggest cheerleader and encourager. You give them tough love and one-on-one check-ins, and you drill in the importance of Shakeology, fitness, clean eating, portion-controlled meals, and plugging into an accountability group. And introduce the performance line. If they don't see you using it, or if they don't see anything about it, they will never use it. I am obsessed with energizing. Everyone I sign up also gets energized because they see you using it every single day. And then finally, the business opportunity is to intrigue your market enough so they're open to learning more. Like, forget about I'm inviting you to join my team. You're inviting someone to learn more about perhaps joining your team. That's way less intimidating for them. And if you end your sentence in, you know, if you're open to learning more, most people would say, well, yeah, I guess I am open to learning more because I don't want to be closed-minded. So position it like that. You're simply offering people an opportunity to learn more about coaching. Share the facts in your business events, the compensation, startup. Share your expectations and who exactly you're looking for. You don't just want anyone on your team. And inspire your market to think outside of the box. Create a big vision and a purpose, and consistently show up creating hype about your team this opportunity, because you're a rock star and be lucky to join you. And don't forget that. So let's hit Success Club in 48 hours. So here's the deal. Tomorrow morning, you craft a meaningful story post focusing on a specific problem and solution that you know your niche market would be like, oh, I need that. And you put that post out there on your Facebook, your Instagram, and in your stories, okay? Then step 2, you're gonna message everyone who reacts, comments, and views in your stories. And I'll tell you exactly the message that I send to people who are checking out my stories. I say, where is it here? Super simple, and this usually gets responses because it's just easy breezy. Hey lady, I saw you've been checking out some of my stories, eyeball emoji. Some people most people pop in for some fitness motivation, flex arm. Are you working on any goals? And usually they're like, yeah, I'm working on some goals, or yeah, I see you post your workouts in your stories, that's really cool. And it gets a conversation started. And then once they're talking to me, they're getting an invite to something. Even if it falls back on my free group, they say no to everything. They have all the objections in the world. Say, well, hey, would you want to join my free fitness community then? Once a month, I host a free 5-day fitness challenge, share recipes in there, stuff like that. Maybe that's more up your alley. And typically people say yes to free. So your message to everyone. And then Thursday morning, you're going to craft a meaningful story post based on your upcoming challenge group specifically. Okay, so Wednesday is just your transformation, some sort of specific problem that your niche market can really relate to. And then Thursday morning is some sort of problem that Lift 4 is going to demolish, whether it's like, time. People don't have time this summer. They're busy. They're traveling. Well, Lift 4 is only 4 days a week, so drop the excuses, So craft a meaningful story post based on your upcoming challenge group, whether it's Lift 4 or not, and then give them a call to action. Let them know how they can take action and move forward. You could even offer a flash giveaway. The next 3 individuals who are ready to commit are going to get a special prize from me. Or one thing that I've done a few times that people just love, it's Amazon has these little personal blenders. They're like $12. But, I'm like, well, now you can bring your Shakeology to work with you. Stop shaking it up all the time. Just blend it. Here's a personal blender. And it's cheap. They love it. People love getting a gift with their purchase. So you could do a flash giveaway like that. And then follow up with everyone. With Lift 4 out, if you haven't followed up with everyone, it's time to follow up with everyone and invite all the people who you've been holding off on inviting for one reason or another. The chicken list people, the people you don't want to bother, the people who said no last month. Now's the time to follow up with them, talk to them about Lift 4, follow up with everyone who's been engaging with your stuff, and you'll hit Success Club, because that's going to be a lot of people that you have to talk to, I promise. So this, I think, was, okay, here we go. So, that was kind of a call to action slide, but here are more calls to action aside from hitting Success Club in the next 48 hours. Put together 7 posts that follow the marketing plan that I gave you. So people have a well-rounded perspective. You can hammer that out in like a couple of hours, and then you're done for the week of content for social media, and it's a weight off your shoulders. And then call to action number 2, Success Club by Friday. So that is it, you guys. Let me stop screen sharing here, and I'm happy to answer any questions or anything like that.
That was awesome.
Thank you. I hope it was helpful. I hope you're inspired and excited.
Yeah. The last thing, well, I took a lot of notes. I'm a big note taker. But the flash giveaway blender idea, that's like, really? Wow, that's awesome. I love that. What else, you guys? I don't see anybody posting in the chat. If you have any questions, unmute yourself. Any comments, unmute yourself. Or type if you prefer. And then for myself, I need to get back into the free groups. Yeah, Charlene, great information. And outside of, I was doing like ab challenges and stuff like that, like monotonous, like every month. But I like the whole like book club or the gratitude challenge, the journal. That's probably going to be something I'm going to do soon.
That's what I was going to ask you. So like the free challenge doesn't just have to be fitness related? No. Is that what you're saying?
No, I did one that was like Miracle Morning, where we all got the Miracle Morning book and we designed our Miracle Mornings together and held each other accountable for a week so we could create the habit. You could just get creative, like whatever your niche would most, enjoy or benefit from, run with it.
That's a really good idea.
I see a question down there. Do you put a time limit on your challenges since you do it every month? I actually only have one community. I call it Nicolette's Self-Restoration Community, and I keep it open and I put everyone in there. So I'm just gathering everyone in the same Facebook group, and I will update them on what I have coming up in the coming month. Like this month I'm doing a high intensity interval training group just to kind of get people excited about Lift 4. But I might, once that's over, I'll tell them what we're doing in August, who's excited, get them pumped up, get them inviting their friends and family who would enjoy it. And then they're just all there. And I'm not shifting groups or anything like that. They can post and talk and share recipes and stuff when I'm not necessarily in there every day trying to facilitate. And usually, but time limit on my challenges, usually I do 5 days. Because people fall off on the weekends and I don't want to drag anyone. Get out of debt groups are great too. Example content for these non-fitness groups. I just come up with my own. Usually the easiest way for me is like, I just figure out something that I'm like super pumped about, and then I'll just go live once a day and talk about it. And the more you go live, especially in those free group communities, the more you're just relationship building without even having to do all the one-on-one forming conversations and stuff like that. And they're just really getting to know you.
Yeah, like for instance, I was on a kick for a while, Instapot. That would have been a great free group to like do Instapot recipes and stuff like that. So, or crock pot recipes in the fall.
Really good to plan for like fall.
Yeah. So those are just ideas. Just think about what you guys are pumped about outside of coaching and Beachbody, and then run with that. What else, you guys? I want to respect her time, so if you need to hop off in a few minutes, feel free. But let's see, anybody else have anything? All right, if you guys want your picture on the picture, put your face on. Amanda, Susie, Heather. There. Uh-oh, we lost someone. There she is. Susie, Heather. Ah, how about that? We made every face on. Is that a record? That's a record. Okay. 3. Oh no! Come back, Amanda. There you are. You just did that to screw with me, didn't you? Okay. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. You guys have anything else for her before she goes and takes care of her babies? Or not babies anymore, but
I think they're asleep now. So.
I'm jealous of your slides. Like that's just like not my forte at all. Like it would take me like 5 years to create those slides.
Oh, Canva presentations, it does it for you. You just pop in the pictures and type stuff.
Wow.
Takes all the work out.
Still. Oh, well, I look forward to doing your team call on Monday.
Yeah, we're very excited.
Great, good. Thank you so much for everything. I'm looking forward to going back and listening to it again. And I love the marketing plan of creating your whole week. Because I'm one of those who sits there for like 3 hours in the morning and I'm like, what am I going to do today? What am I going to do today? What am I going to post? So that's brilliant. That's really good. So thank you for that.
Yes, well, thank you guys so much for having me on. I enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a wonderful week.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye. You guys, do you have anything else before we hang up? I know it's a little bit earlier than we typically do. I wanted to do really quick, for those of you who are still on, I don't know if you happen to see my for my Snoop group. Not my Snoop group. We have a Snoop group for coaching and all the different stuff that Charlene's been amazing to do. So I went live in my event. I created an event to invite to the Snoop group. So that's an idea if you guys want to do that, if you want to create your own event and invite people in that, and then you can kind of talk about it and then add people to the actual Snoop group. But apparently if you go live in an event and it's public, then everybody sees it. So I'm going live and it's on my personal page. And I'm like, why are these people that I have not invited to this event seeing? I'm like, who cares? Obviously, you know what? Let the whole universe see. Like, maybe that'll spark some interest for somebody who wasn't invited. But anyway, that's just an idea if you want to create your event to add to. That was like an easier way to just put all people in one vicinity and then add to Snoop groups. Just an idea. What else? What else? Did you enjoy her presentation? Good. Me too. Next week we have Isabel Deichler. Oh, yeah, Julian's like me, like tons of notes. So I will be posting in our team page and Coaches in Motion some questions that I have to send to her that she can address specifically. So she's just not flying by the seat of her pants. So you guys think of anything you want to with Shakeology, with Ultimate Reset, with Daily Sunshine, with anything supplement related that she co-created. She's not really performance specific, I don't think, more just so nutrition. 3-day refresh. So think about those questions that you want for her to add or answer, and I'll send those to her probably in the next few days. So I'll get that post out there. What else? Anything else? That's it. Okay. All right, you guys, go kill the rest of the week. And I guess that's it. Right? All right. Love you guys. See you in the team page.